Do-do-do-do-do. It's Big Two. What's popping? It's your man 3K the boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Bah, bah. You already know what it is, man. The YTBCs, you know what I'm saying? Most hated shooter. And I'm in Twitter jail, man. They fucking me over, man. They don't want to see me win out here, man. They don't want to see me win in these streets, y'all. They don't want to see me winning these streets. Southpaw, what's goody? Boxing God, what's goody? Miguel, what's goody, man? They don't want to see me win out here, man. They want they want Big Two under lock and key. What's popping with y'all, man? What's going on, man? Don't let boxing lie to y'all. I just want y'all to know that. Don't let boxing lie to y'all because they doing a whole lot of lying out here. And I think it's time that, you know what I'm saying, we address the situation for what it really is. Let's attack some wordplay. You know what I'm saying? Resume. What has he done? Look, when people start getting in a rock and a hard place, let's just face it, man. Boxing is not what it used to be. Everybody want to avoid competition. We exist in a world now where they want you to believe these narratives. Boredom. He's boring. But they go and fight other fighters who when these dudes say, okay, this person ain't done nothing or this person born and stuff like that, but then you go and fight another fighter who is nobody knows or is perceived to be born or a guy who ain't never done nothing, and you blame this person for not doing nothing. And this is not geared at Canelo. This is geared at boxing. Boxing don't want to see real competitors win. They want to put the game in a box. So when I highlight these things and I say this shit, I want y'all to understand what they doing and peep the narratives, man. JD, what's goody? I want y'all to peep the narratives of what's going on. I want y'all to peep the scenario for real. So when they talk like this and when they say stuff like this, it's solely because they don't want to fight. They don't want to fight for real. We are witnessing the death of competition. And I think it's time we address it for what it is. Like, it don't matter. The PBC too. Look at these boys, man. Look at these boys. They sitting over there, man. These dudes ain't getting no fights. They getting thrown on wild pay-per-views that don't amount to nothing. I mean, no substance. Where's the substance in the game? Let's talk about the substance, though. Like, there ain't been no substance in boxing for real. You can't say that the stick and move style is born and at the same time call yourself a boxing fan. It's crazy to me because if you want to see somebody stand in the middle of the ring and get punched in the face, why don't you just go watch BKFC? They got that. Why don't you just watch the UFC? They got legs, they got elbows, they got chokes, they got all that. Why don't you go entertain all that? All I'm saying is, when it comes to the sweet science, this has been, they've been using this conversation for the past couple of years, and it's all predicated on the death of the competition, sidestepping the opposition, making it seem like other individuals aren't what their value is. But see, let's be honest here. If you don't, so what is a fighter supposed to do? If everybody is perceiving certain fighters the same way, how are you ever supposed to get a fight? How is a fighter ever supposed to have a resume? Everybody can't keep doing the same ducking ass shit. Like, it's getting to the point to where it's like, the plots are thickening on the side of like cowardice and the sides of like, you notice some fluff type material, and then like listen to the conversations that are had when the interviews are going on. It's getting old, man. It's getting old. I'm sick of it. If y'all want sock and bop and robots, guess what? I guess you in the right place. Because if that's what the world want to see, then the world don't want to see boxing, and the world don't love the sweet science, and just stop calling yourself boxing fans because you was never real boxing fans to begin with. D-Town Plastic, salute. Fah Fah, you already know I'm chilling. I'm just saying, man, like I'm sick of this, man. Like these ploys, these narrative pushes, man, these dudes that act like they really want smoke. But then when you sit around and you look at their record, and you got to ask yourself, what really have they done? Or what really have they not? Like, look, if it ain't on the same side of the street, bro, what has these dudes really done? Because like people constantly kicking like, yo, this person ain't fought this person or he ain't fought this person. Yo, how many times you gonna like look, it gets to a point to where it's like, how is a challenger supposed to be a champion if you're not trying to challenge the best person out there? Or how can you ridicule? Like, look, it's some opposite day shit. How can you ridicule anybody, any fighter? I don't care what color you are. How can you ridicule them for wanting to fight the best? Now, I understand it's a business as well, and if it comes to hurting the bottom line, I get that. But at the end of the day, just say that. Just say that. Because there was a point in boxing where people had no problem saying that, right or wrong. Be like, yo, we ain't trying to entertain that right now. People got some work to do. You'll catch Oscar even saying that. Like when it came to Ryan Garcia, Oscar old school, so you'll catch him even saying that. But then on the other end of the spectrum, you want him like when whatchamacallit was supposed to be trying to get the fight with Triple G before Murata, you got him sitting up there talking about something. Oh no, just shitting on the fight. Shitting on the fight. Like, don't nobody want to see that. Like blah blah blah. The fight is Jaime Munguia versus Triple G, so on and so forth. So then you gotta like really ask yourself, what is all these dudes doing this shit for? What are they doing it for? Because if like, yo, you can't seek out something that ain't really there. Like, yo, you can, like, yo, these dudes is running marathons, trying to find dudes to fight or whatever. Dudes don't want to fight them. And then when you going after the top, you going after the top guys, like what niggas is not permitted to do that no more? I don't understand it. Like, yo, they hoodwinking the game. This is the death. This is like, yo, like Jay-Z said, the death of autotune. This is the death of competition. And they have no problem. They have no problem with killing it as long as it suit their narrative. I'm just sick of it. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of time to talk about it because it's just like, yo, I got to highlight things for what they are. Like boxing is a very crooked and an unfair game, you know what I'm saying? And people want to run around and they want to prostitute these dudes in a certain way to where it's like, you know, they're not really achieving anything. But at the end of the day, how can you achieve something if on all sides, nobody really wants you to achieve it? Or if there's entertaining boxing matches or whatever, people want to shoot them down. They don't want this guy to fight this guy, or they play ping pong with the contracts. Like, I don't believe Oscar De La Hoya for 1 minute when them niggas is talking about Isaac Cruz don't want to fight goddamn Ryan Garcia. And if you believe that shit, then I swear to God, you know, you need to go check yourself into an inpatient drug program, because like the first step of the 12 steps, admitting you have a fucking problem is the key to recovery. And niggas need to recover their thought process. How would Isaac Cruz go and fight fucking Gervonta Tank Davis, who hit harder, who got way more movement, who does things way better? And then when it comes to Bambi legs, you don't want to fight now? Like, bro, I got the interview with his dad talking about, yo, we want to fight this dude, but we want stipulations in the contract that if he pull out, we gonna still get paid, because you know he pull out of everything. All I'm saying is, it don't matter who it is, bro. These dudes always find excuses, and more importantly, like the headlines are constantly attacked. Like they attack the headlines with the same old fucking frivolous motherfucking like bullshit, bro. Like it's like, oh, you know, we try to send him a contract, we try to make him an offer, but he didn't want it. But if I think back on recent history, Isaac Cruz gave Tank Davis everything he asked for, everything he was asking for. And so you mean to tell me a guy who can't move like Ryan Garcia, a guy who depends on being stationary, flinging a couple hooks, you mean to tell me Isaac Cruz don't want to fight that dude? He tailor-made for his style. All he gonna do is walk him down and hit his body up. Like, this is outrageous, man. We gotta get past the, man. You gotta look past what the articles are and look at what these dudes is really saying. And these dudes they don't really want to embark on a journey of like, yo, this shit could really fucking affect me. Like, nobody wants to look bad anymore. And if nobody wants to look bad anymore, then go become a fucking model or something, because boxing was meant to where the world, yo, you going to look bad. I don't care who you are. The best guy going to look bad. The worst guy going to look bad. The mediocre guy going to look bad. Everybody going to look bad. And those who got superior skill sets, they going to get found out on some level too, because styles clash and shit happens, man. But it's out of control. Band-Aid salute. It's out of control how they constantly try to, shift these narratives to where, okay, first a nigga is born, first a guy, and then a guy ain't done enough, but then people go entertain guys who you haven't heard of, who haven't done shit, but that's completely acceptable. I'm tired of people, you know what I'm saying, putting feet in their mouth 24/7 and nobody want to hold niggas accountable. Like, let's hold people accountable for what it is. They don't want no real competition. And I'm sick of trying to cover boxing in all angles of boxing. And I know that these dudes don't want to fight. It's crazy to me. You can't keep calling people boring. That shit is not going to stick. How long is that shit going to stick to your ribs to hear a motherfucker call somebody boring? Okay, when you hear it one time, you was like, okay, that's just how the nigga really feel. But when you hear it all the time, when it come to every fucking fight you want to see, or somebody like, why does it matter what the fighter think? Why does it matter what the fighter think? If you're who you say you are, that motherfucker being whatever you feel he is shouldn't even matter, because you should be able to go and attack it from a perspective of pure entertainment anyway, based off of your skill set. So I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I read between it. I see what it really is, and I'm just not jocking it, man. And I'm past niggas jocking it too, because I can, like, the writing is on the wall. They gonna kill this shit if we don't really put the foot on the gas for what we really see it for. Man, look, man, I see it for what it is, man. I'm tired of it, man. We're not just fans and we're consumers. They have no choice but to do better if they want our money. And that's what I'm saying. How they expect to continue getting money like this? You're not going to get any money like this. You're not, the sport is not going to survive like this. You're not going to be able to meet the status quo if you continue deciding what you feel like you want to do. Like, look, every promotional outfit, other than, you know what I'm saying, like the Zone throws niggas in early and see what they made of. You know what I mean? Like, Top Rank probably got the best, you know what I'm saying, the best at building amateurs and shit like that, because on some way they're gonna tiptoe the youngins, but you got to get up out of Top Rank early, or they're gonna fuck you over and shelf you too. But the Zone don't got a problem with throwing people in there. Like, don't matter who it is. They're gonna match competition with competition, because somebody understands over on that side that, you've got to entertain threatening fights, or you're never going to grow, and our viewership is never going to grow. This is beyond, boxing is beyond how a promoter feels. Since when does the promoter's feelings on opposition really matter if the people really want it, bro? If the people really want it, it shouldn't even matter. Promotional fucking vibe shouldn't even matter. Like, the people should matter. Boxing, and look, here's another thing too. Boxing needs a fucking, look, we in a whole different era now. It's fucking 2022, bro. Boxing needs a system to where just fuck the judging. You can keep the 3 judging system. I don't care. But boxing needs a fucking vote system where the fans go and vote in. Like, okay, you got the judges voting, and then the people go and vote as well. Let the people decide who really winning too. Let the people decide who they really want to see fight. Let the people decide what the fuck is really going on out here. Because I'm tired, man. My girl calling. I'm tired of motherfuckers. Like, I'm tired of people just constantly like shooting down shit that makes sense, man. This shit getting old. Now, and like, look, man, I don't care. I don't care about your in-house fights no more. I don't care about your in-house fights no more. Throw Conor Ben versus a live fighter. Then bum was Algeria looking at AB or Guerrero. Like, that's what I'm saying. And then like for real, that Chris Algieri fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, man, this dude been getting his ass whooped on and stuff like that. I'm just like, did Chris Algieri really drop the guard? Did he drop the guard like looking for the signal, or did he catch him? Or did he just catch him with some fly shit? I don't know. But when this nigga talking about calling out AB but saying he want to come over to America and fight the top fighters at welterweight, I don't see how that shit add up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's something to keep him preoccupied. Maybe it's just a good little scrap. But I'm tired of just mediocre good little scraps. Like, there are plenty of talented boxers around where you can mix up B B fighter against B fighter, A fighter against A fighter, C fighter against, you know what I'm saying, B fighter, or, you know what I mean, C fighter against C fighter, and make good scraps. You can have good scraps during the weekend, and then you could really have some showdowns during the weekend. You know what I mean? During the weekend, you have some showdowns during the weekend. The fact of the matter is, yo, I'm tired of motherfuckers always trying to like shit on the competition. Like fans don't know what a good boxer look like. Now there are some fans that don't, but realistically, like people really do though. You know what I'm saying? Okay, okay, here's another thing, right? If you're in Canelo's position and Eddie Reynoso position, and say David Benavidez do want to fight you, Meach want to fight you, all of the guys at 175 want to fight you, you know what I'm saying, the pound heavyweight of the world want to come down and he want to fight you or whatever. If you calling all of these dudes born, one dude you saying you don't want to entertain, there's no reason for you to fight David Benavidez, looking at his record, so on and so forth, no matter if he's number one, and you know what I'm saying, when it comes to your respective weight classes or whatever the case may be, how are you supposed to sell tickets then? If every single one of these dudes got some form of motherfucking got some form of Omarion variant or some form of sickness and disease where you don't want to entertain them, then how are you supposed to sell tickets? If Jamal Charlo consistently motherfucking shit on goddamn Boo Boo Andre, or you know what I'm saying, shit on everybody else around him, how is he supposed to sell tickets? I don't think these dudes really understand what they doing to themselves, doing to the sport of boxing, and I don't think that boxing is ever going, you know what I mean, get to a point of prominence if people keep wanting to conduct themselves like this. So I challenge people to understand that, man, this whole born situation is garbage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit really trash for real, for real. Niggas is not really motherfucking keeping this shit a buck, man. They not really keeping this shit a buck, man. Niggas don't want to, man, people don't want to be great, man. And let's just call it for what it is. Dudes don't want to be great. They don't want to entertain no opposition. We got the PBC over there. They money so fucked up, you know what I'm saying? They got that little stable over there. And really, let's talk about it. How many careers has the PBC killed from 2018 up to 2022? They're killing careers over there. But contrary to belief, everybody just think that I just beat up on, you know what I'm saying, the Latino fighters. All of a sudden, I'm boxing new bigot. Shout out to me. Hate. I got my motherfucking white sheet, you know what I'm saying, with the poke holes in it somewhere around this motherfucker. I get it eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to me, man. It's crazy to me. You got Fury, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, man. I'm gassed out, bro. Salute, Victor. What's goody? Says Fury can only sell against AJ White. Who else? He can't sell against nobody. He couldn't even sell before that. Like I said, I poured it all out in the videos. Y'all know I don't miss a beat. If I'm going to talk about somebody, I'm going to talk about it all. You got Joe Smith out here avoiding freaking Dimitri Bivol like the plague. Y'all, and then you got Bob Arum trying to protect him, talking about Dimitri Bivol born. The same dude who beat the shit out of your WBO champion. Man, these dudes don't want to fight nobody, man. Then you got dudes out here gassing up Zerto like Zerto some killer, like he don't got one of the most deflated resumes at 175, like he ain't always had it. Who we supposed to give him credit for? Arthur Abrams? Talk to me, man. Talk to me nice. Like, this shit is crazy to me, dog. Like, I don't understand the whole practice to where we just gonna act like everybody who is a belt holder or whatever ain't even exciting. I don't even think that them niggas like the B-ball fight for goddamn Artur Beterbiev, man. He a killer. He a straight killer. I love Beterbiev. Big him up all the time. He a straight up killer. And these dudes don't even want to entertain that shit, man. You got the ventriloquist and the puppet type of vibes going on out here. Ventriloquist and puppet type vibes. You got the puppet master and then you got the puppet. Somebody above the stage pulling the strings, and these motherfuckers are supposed to dance however the hell they expect them to do it. No, it ain't supposed to be like that. Fan interest is supposed to mean something. Since when is fan interest not meant something? And people just let that shit go on like they don't really see what's going on out here. This shit is crazy, gang. This shit is really crazy. Really tired of people calling Bivol born. Look, man, that goes back That goes back to the video I just dropped, Dirty Sanchez Part 2. Go watch that shit if you haven't watched it. How many people in that video said this person is born, that person is born, and I left a whole lot of footage out because that shit took me like 2.5 hours just to upload and export, import and export, because it was so fucking long. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people are getting, their reputations is getting tarnished based on cowardice opposition? Cowardice opposition. Let's call it for what it really is. A lot of dudes' reputations are getting tarnished because of cowardice opposition. A lot of top talent is being shelved because of cowardice opposition. It's crazy to me. My fucking head is spinning through all of these goddamn excuses. Like my old third grade teacher used to say every time motherfuckers used to make up with some bullshit about why they their homework didn't come out. Excuses, excuses, excuses. That's boxing right now. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Pardon me, but I thought niggas was like really with this shit. I'm coming to find out that they're not. And then for real, people can speak up about shit that they want to speak up about, but they don't speak up about what the truth of the matter really is. And you goddamn right, Zerto, is straight garbage. Smith definitely need to fight Bivol, but is he going to do it? No, he's not going to do it because he already beat his ass. Artur Beterbiev need to fight Bivol. Why hasn't Artur Beterbiev ever said anything about wanting that fight? And he's a great fighter, and I know he's been going through injury after injury, and I don't think Artur Beterbiev would duck it because he fought Vozik. He unified with Vozik. Vozik was a top pound-for-pound fighter, so I don't even see like what the problem is really here, other than other people that are trying to, you know what I'm saying, hold all of the cards to where it's like, look, this is the way they got boxing set up for us now, y'all. Real shit. It's like this. If you have any type of talent, or if you're a free agent, or if you're, you know what I'm saying, if you're a network-free fighter, and you really want to fight somebody and you really want to make a name for yourself, it's like this. Okay, if you want to fight my champion, I'm going to tie you down on this slave ship. You have to stay on it for an extensive amount of time. And if you're not willing to be here, you know what I'm saying, and fight 3 or 4 fights after you beat the champion, then you're not going to get a shot at it. Or if you want a shot at unified titles, you got to sign to this promotional outfit. Like I was talking to somebody on Twitter before they banned me and shit like that. Thank God I got the backup joint, Reaper Gang Radio, Reaper Radio or whatever. So I'm just going to have to start using that more. I was almost up to 1,000 fucking Twitter followers, man. That shit pissed me off. It's like this. It's like, these dudes, like, yo, it's like the conversation I was having on Twitter. It's like this, man. Like, how many individuals are just going to sit around and try to dictate, like Josh Taylor's career? They try to say Josh Taylor was in the best position, is in the best position in boxing because of Top Rank. That's not true. That's not true. Top Rank had belts. Top Rank had the other 2 belts. Josh Taylor got the rest of the motherfuckers from fighting in the World Boxing Super Series. Him and Shane McGuigan was already having, you know what I'm saying, like the management team or whatever, or the promotion. I forgot exactly what the promotion is called, what McGuigan's promotion is called, or management is called, with him and his dad or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying, I understand loyalty aspects and all of that. But they already had the 2 belts. I'm sure the only reason Josh signed with Top Rank was to get them other 2 belts so he could go undisputed. Because if he would have went anywhere else, do you think they would have unified all 4 of them titles? No, they wouldn't have. So, and even then, and him being at 140, you got to see what Bob Arum will really do for your career when you move up to 147. If you don't exercise on the side where your IBF title is, if you don't exercise on the side where the WBC is, or anything like that, so where you can get a hold of Errol, because you got confidence in knowing Bud being the free agent that he is, he's going to fight you, then you're never going to see an undisputed match there. You're not. You got all of these killers at 140 that's going to be moving up to 140 from 135. You got all of these killers that's going to be moving up from 140 to 147, but there ain't no action for real. And then people will sit back and try to convince you that because Errol Spence is fighting Yardenius Ugas, there's a bunch of good shit going on. What the fuck? How long? It shouldn't have took this long. Should it really have taken this long? Should we really been waiting this long to see these titles get unified? Because I do believe I done watched some individuals go from boys to men through all of the years of languid activity over at 147. Literally watch niggas go from boys to men because of languid activity. And niggas act like, you know what I'm saying, we supposed to be happy because Errol Spence is motherfucking unifying with your Denny Azugas and shit like that. That shit is cheesy. I hate it when fighters say they don't want to fight each other because they say they friends. You can't be friends. You can be friends after the fight. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like shit, Sean Porter, from what I understood, Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford was really close. But you see, they threw that shit to the wayside real quick to go ahead and get that, put that gavel down and get that shit done. You know what I'm saying? And then the crazy thing about that is, then it's funny to me how, you know what I'm saying, people try to say they didn't know anything about Bud Crawford and they really couldn't rate Bud Crawford because he didn't fight nobody at 147. And then they try to throw a Sean Porter in front of his way at some bodyguard attacks and stuff like that when really it's just fear of, you know, a guy's that good. Then when he goes out there and he's the only one to stop him and stuff like that, then the damaged good narratives come out. Then they try to say, oh, the only person Bud Crawford fought is some over the hill guy, blah, 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 blah. Man, miss me with that shit, bro. You sound like a goddamn lawnmower trying to start up right now. Whole bunch of yak, 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 yak. Like, fuck out of here, dude. Fuck out of here, dude. Frank Sanchez to fight Hrgovic to get to the champions. He claims to have no skill. Wonder what he's still waiting for. All of them dudes ducking Hrgovic. Ain't nobody saying shit about it. Joseph Parker done ducked him. Who else ducked him right before that? That didn't want the fucking fight. He just fought like a week or two ago. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know exactly who it is. It's just not coming off the top of my head right now because I got so much shit in my brain right now. You know what I'm saying? Like just straight up ducking. Like nobody wants to fight this dude. So what does that say? So what does that say about Filip Hrgovic? That says that that's a whole lot of talent right there that the world should be seeing and a whole lot of great fights that the world should be getting privy to, but the world isn't going to get because based on what? Niggas got fear in their heart and motherfucking they putting on cotton candy underwear in the morning before they go to work. They ain't grabbing lunch pails and hard hats no more. It's cotton candy underwear and fucking Merces. Straight man purses. Merces. This shit is goofy, man. This shit is goofy. There is no reason why Better B versus B-Ball shouldn't have happened. That shit should have happened a long time ago. Like, bro, so that what does that show you? It shows you that people want to consistently hang on to power. People would rather, you know what I'm saying, restrict promotional outfits and for all of this whole power struggle and stuff to see this one going to win and that one going to win. We supposed to team like, yo, it's like fucking Eddie. It's like Eddie Hearn trying to be God. It's like Thanos and these goofy motherfuckers, the Avengers. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, entertaining the tough fights, we're like, oh, yo, we'll get together and you can fight the Nordic Nightmare Tyson Fury or you can fight Andy Ruiz. Like, really? Really, guys? Really? This is what we're doing now? This is what it's come to? Like, this shit is out of control, dude. Like, you know how many fucking, like, yo, it's like the little, like, yo, like the little engine that can't. Clearly you can't. No, clearly you won't. But you act like you can. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the holdup? Like there is so much activity, great viewership that could be around the boxing world, but then you got fucking Jake Paul running around here like he got a goddamn S on his chest and he's saving the whole goddamn sport of boxing. Tell me that shit isn't fucking insane. You got Jake Paul supposedly saving the sport of boxing. Amanda Serrano is goddamn female fighter of the year and she ain't nothing but goddamn duck sauce. Like this shit is out of control. So let's glorify all of these motherfuckers who've been sidestepping the ops. I could give a fuck less about women's boxing in the sense of I keep up with it, but I don't talk about it like that. Like it's only so many women boxers out there. You know what I'm saying? I watch this shit, but it's like, come on, bro. Like y'all got slim pickings already and y'all claim y'all tough and y'all ducking too. But people proud of that shit because, you know what I'm saying, like belts get unified and shit. Cool, whatever. Niggas don't even really want to pick them joints up. Eddie Hearn is the only one that's really invested into doing something for women's boxing and moving it in the right direction. Ebony Bridges is the only one who really get how to market herself in a dominant sport that's really probably, I would say, more than 80% fucking men. More than 80%. I would be comfortable in saying it's about 90. And motherfuckers criticize her for using her looks. Pretty privilege. Deal with it. Christina Hammer do it. All of them do it. You know what I'm saying? If you got the body, fucking use it because some way, shape or form, you got to find a way to stand out. And boxers already got a way to stand out. Just compete. And they not even willing to do that. So in a lot of ways, it's just like, it's like, man, these dudes like really, really, really want to go out of their way to sabotage everything that, you know what I'm saying, they work their life off for. It's like, what did you put all of this time in the gym for if all you wanted to do was spar your whole life, sit on the couch, talk to fight hype, and talk to these weird motherfuckers all day about what you're not doing? Because all of these dudes do is get in front of these interviews and tell people, oh, yeah, I'm timing up for this person. Oh, yeah, talk about this person's performance, try to downplay that person's performance. Yo, these dudes are your peers. If anything, if he stops him, if he knocks him out, if he looks good at doing it, you just say, yo, he went in there, he handled his business. I can't wait to, you know what I'm saying, to get this title fight. We can make a whole lot of money together. But they don't say that. They say, yo, that shit's goofy shit. He was this when I did this and that. Like, yo, it's a whole bunch of chatty patty, sensitive female, like real, like toxic activity, man. Smith said he signed multiple contracts to fight Better Be, but Better Be and Ramsey don't want it to happen. Man, shit, look, didn't Joe Smith just fight Maxim Blasov and like really get beat the fuck up? I'm just saying, let's be honest here. Did he not just fight Maxim and like Maxim was really putting motherfucking dog ass hands and feet all on this nigga? This nigga didn't even look like he look, he didn't even look like he deserved to get it back. He walking at the ring with the belt. He looked like that shit shouldn't even been on his waist. Like for real motherfucker would have dropped that. Look, a nigga like me, I don't even want that shit if you gonna give it to me based off of laws. I'm gonna leave that shit in the middle of the floor. Get that shit to that man, because I don't even feel confident in taking it. Because I know I got my ass whooped. A lot of dudes is taking shit that they know they don't even deserve. Yeah, Cyclone Promotions. Josh Taylor would have been making cool money with matchroom boxing only without 4 belts. Aaron's crippling boxing. That's what I'm saying, and people don't even see it. It's like, yo, when it comes to the building process, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, the machine at Top Rank, I wouldn't say that has anything to do with Bob Arum. They do got an understanding of developing young fighters, you know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, Eddie Hearn had a bunch of those young fighters over there, but I think them dudes went over to the other side because Eddie Hearn was putting them niggas in a position of pressure for real. IBF can't be trusted like that. They've been moving funny, no mandates. Yeah, that's why the FBI be raiding they shit. The FBI just raided, the FBI raided they shit too. It's like, I don't know, like honestly, it's like when it come down just to the practice of the sport, period, it's like, yo, like all of them do janky shit. All of the promotional outfits do janky shit. You can see, like, even when, you know what I'm saying, if we as boxing fans and enthusiasts can understand, like really take our time to understand the rule book, understand how they mandate and process go, understand the purse process, understand the purse bid, et cetera, how all of that shit works, and these dudes still find a way to leave open the room to finagle people out of seeing great fucking fights. Dude, that's a fucking problem. You can't fucking win because, you know what I'm saying, these dudes put their own personal needs before the sport, and the sport should be put first. These dudes should not be putting their needs before the sport. And they do it time and time again, man. Like, bro, I'm fire sticking the fuck out of that fight. And niggas could be mad at me all the fuck they want. Call me what you want to call me. I'm not giving them niggas no money. Why? Because it's the last thing they got to offer you motherfuckers. Because once, and look, Ugas might have beat Terrence Crawford in the amateurs, cool. And he said he could beat him again or whatever, but watch, Ugas is controlled by the PBC. Motherfuckers who really don't have no control over him, but he gonna let him control him, just like they let him control him in every other situation. When they fucked him, he had to get fucked. He shut up and said nothing. He waited his turn. He got lucky. Errol was a bitch. He pulled up out of the shit. Then he got, you know what I'm saying, to fight Manny. And then people got to see what I was talking about the entirety of the time when I was speaking on this man's talent. Now it's going to get to the point to where Ugas going to fight motherfucking Errol Spence. What conversation can you have after that, bro? Like I sat up there and I called this shit out like a couple of years ago. I said, bro, peep the methods, man. Peep what they doing, bro. Like these dudes are really fucking going to sit around and they're going to fight one another on some in-house shit for the entirety of the time, and then whoever unifies all of the titles, in which I feel like Uga should beat fucking Errol easy as fuck, they're gonna shelf him. They're gonna make sure that look, they're gonna be like, okay, Terrence got to come over here and do this, which he ain't on no promotional outfit, so it shouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, okay, Terrence got to come over and do this, but they're gonna try to lowball him on the money and stuff like that, and be like, look, if you really want to get paid, it's gonna have to come off the half of the pay-per-view. Because I'm here to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? The fight isn't even as exciting. The fight don't even mean as much if it's gonna be Yadenius Ugas versus Terrence Crawford. It's not gonna have the type of appeal, but it should, because they're two good fighters. But the thing about it is, it's the way they're going to go about it. They're going to use contract. And this is the thing, right? When dudes say they sending contracts, yeah, they do send contracts, but they purposely send fucking bad contracts just so they know you will not take the fight, bro. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. How many times have you seen dudes get sent contracts and you know them joints is 100% ludicrous, 1000% motherfucking ass juice, and they send them these type shits because they know they are not going to sell themselves out like no goddamn prostitute. They do this shit all the time, man. All of the time. Quite frankly, I've been tired of it. Gotti Line, salute. What's up, Brody? Salute, don't ask me. Yeah, the FBI raided the IBF offices, man. They did that shit some years ago. Like, all of these dudes is crooked. They get raided. They, you know what I'm saying? They get brought up on motherfucking wild shit because every single one of them do janky shit. Like, boxing been a janky practice. That's why it's got to have somebody over top of boxing that's in like control of it all. Like, because, and it's never going, and they never going to let them get control of that, because boxing is the one sport where gangsters can really flourish. And they make all of these gangster moves, don't matter. Like, I'm talking about real syndicates and shit like that, doing all types of stuff. I mean, shit, just think about MTK. You know what I mean? So it's not, but the thing about MTK though is, MTK got a fucking huge stable. All of them niggas is getting paid, and these motherfuckers be trying to put fights together. So I don't care who necessarily is, you know what I'm saying, involved in the business practices. For it's the practice that I care about. So if you're not gonna practice it the right way, then you just gotta move along, man. So when Crawford was like 15 and 17 years old, I don't know why motherfuckers bring up that law. Because people is insecure, man. They insecure. I could talk about a lot of shit Crawford, you know what I'm saying, came up short at when he was young, you know what I'm saying? Like, they made him then like a sparring partner and stuff like that. Tim Bradley had to discover him on later, and nobody really wanted to give him a chance. And this is what the sport is now. Nobody wants to give these dudes a chance. They want to age them out for real, and they want an era of where, you know, what's appealing to them should be appealing to you. So what does that say about the sport? This shit fascist as fuck. It's a totalitarian regime. %100%. 100% it was ran by the mob. And see, these are all the things that we know, and it's just like, but shit though, I kind of feel like, you know, like, I don't want to say that, because a lot of things like the Ali Act and all of that stuff came out, a lot of situations with these dudes. But you know what I'm saying? Not saying that, you know, gangsters should be, but I mean, shit, there's gangsters in everything, man. You can't tell me not one part of the fucking business world, not one part of the sports world, not one part of, you know what I'm saying, the pharmaceutical world, the big tech world, whatever. There's gangsters in every goddamn thing that is going on out here. It's all filled with some form of gangsters. The only thing is, it's just how you perceive the individuals. You know what I mean? It's who get caught and who don't get caught. I'm telling you, bro. Uga's gonna fight. Uga's gonna fight Errol. Crawford leaving itself available up until the opportunity. People think the opportunity presents itself, and then when motherfuckers get there, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? How many of us are gonna be sitting there like, what's up with the fight? Like, I'm sorry, but I could have done without Sean Porter, Errol, Sean Porter, Bud, Danny Garcia, Errol. Like, yo, when dudes is telling you that they don't want soft touches and they fight a guy who has never won anything at 147 in Danny Garcia. That should tell you exactly what direction fucking boxing is heading in, and all of the fucking airheads that even believe in that cornball shit. Like, there's only certain divisions that might not be as sexy to others, you know what I'm saying, as far as the appeal is concerned, where people don't even really pay attention to how, you know, stuff is moving around up there, like Cruiser and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like Cruiser should have no problem unifying titles at any fucking time, man. What? We got Gulamarian, Okoli, Mari Breedes. And who else? I'm leaving somebody out. And Alunga Mukabu. But we got Canelo going up there. And see, this is the problem. This is why it's a problem, right? Because you got Breedy sitting there, you got Okoli sitting there, you got Arsen Gulamarian sitting there, and then you got Alunga Mukabu sitting there. Why isn't Alunga Mukabu? I understand he got to fight Thaiboso Minsunu for the second time or whatever, based on he the mandatory or whatever. But let's look at it for what it is, though. That's one of the easiest. It's always been for the past several fucking years. It's been the easiest division to unify all of the titles. But Mauricio Suleiman decides that, you know what? It's great to let. Shout out to my dog Blue Nuts, man. Everybody go subscribe to Boxing Logic United if you haven't, man. Great content, and it's fucking consistently getting better and better and better. Highly entertaining stuff, man. And definitely thought-provoking shit, man. Niggas gotta stop sleeping, man. Shout out to you, Myron. Behind every fortune is a crime. These are facts, bro. These are facts. And that's exactly what I was just, you know what I'm saying, basically saying in more ways than one. It's like, look at Gulamarian, look at Breedis, look at Okoli, and look at Mukabu, right? That's the four champions at Cruiser. Now, Mauricio takes it upon itself to be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and let Canelo come up here and have a fight with Alunga Mukabu, but we already know he got to entertain a mandatory, so it's really not gonna be fucking it's really it's still gonna be some prolonged activity before that happens, because there's no way that Mukabu is gonna fight this dude at the end of this month, and then you still gonna have to wait 3 or 4 months before them dudes even get at it. So what? Canelo gonna sit around for 5, 6 months, 7 months maybe, depending on when the date gonna come down, waiting for this type of activity when niggas could be focusing on unifying that division and having some real progress? Because what is Canelo going to do if and when he win the title? What is he going to do? He's going to vacate it. So what is that going to do? You taking one champion out of the division, and replacing it with a guy who's just going to come up here just to grab something for a fucking split second and be like, Pure, me, you know what I mean? Like there's no real like progress, man. Like where's the progression, man? Breeders don't want to fight Okoli calling out Jake Paul and Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Like Okoli's still green to me, man. Like I know he long, he punched like that and shit like that, but I think Breeders could give him everything he's asking for. Not saying that he'll win or whatever, but I think he got a very, very great shot at beating him on some 50-50 shit. Okoli long, strong, very fucking awkward, you know what I'm saying, in his ability or whatever, but I think it ain't even about motherfucking Breeders being scared. I think it's about Breeders going through the Super Series, Breeders fighting all of the other motherfuckers he done fought and everything like that, and he's trying to chase a bag. I don't think he really see a bag in Lawrence Okoli. I don't think he really trying to duck Okoli, but I feel like regardless of whatever the situation is, the conversation should be about unifying those divisions and not niggas just coming up here just to knock off a guy, just to leave that shit and go back down to wherever you gonna go. Like I don't see why people don't peep the moves of what's going on here and how motherfucking all of the shit that these motherfuckers be allowing them to do is really upsetting the progress of the sport. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jamie Benjamin, salute. I just think this shit is corny, dude. You're not green if you have a belt, bro. I'm just saying, like, of course he's a champion, but he's green to me as far as the skill set. You might not feel that way, but I'm talking about how raw he is. When I say green, I mean raw. Like green don't necessarily mean he have to, it don't mean that he an amateur or nothing like that. Okolie is raw, and can't nobody tell me that Okolie isn't a raw fighter. It's been the genuine response of him. And honestly, let's be honest here. I don't fucking value Glowacki like Glowacki was some motherfucking great, amazing fucking champion. So you know what I'm saying? So for me, he's a raw specimen. So, you know what I'm saying? So when I say green, I mean green in the sense of he's raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's raw, he's untamed. Everything isn't as motherfucking everything isn't as studious, and everything isn't packaged together as well as it should be just yet. I would say he's more motherfucking raw than Joshua Buatsi. Right or wrong? Joshua Buatsi, as far as skill set, is put together a little bit, is put together better than Lawrence. I'm not saying that Lawrence is a bad fighter or anything like that. I'm just saying if you look at the package or whatever like that, he's more of a fucking raw fighter. So green can be referred to as raw as well. So if you are misunderstanding what I'm saying, that's that. You know what I'm saying? He's a world champion. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but this ain't even about that. So I'm not even going to get carried away in that bullshit. I'm talking about what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about the progress and the succession of the sport. So anybody can feel however the fuck they want to feel. Take it however you want to take it. I just really don't give a fuck. Canelo claims he found out when Reynoso posted on the social media that he requested it on the 16th. That's bullshit because he was down there at the WBC convention, and I showed everybody that on the video. How can you sit up there and say you found out at the convention, but you sitting there facing off with the nigga at the same convention that he requested it? That is in the articles. Like I'm just saying, niggas is not misquoting you on fucking all of the major articles in boxing. Niggas ain't misquoting you when they sitting up there and we visually seeing you with our own fucking eyes. You know what I'm saying? Man, bro, at the end of the day, niggas want money too. And if we look at Myrie Breedy compared to Lawrence Okolie, who is putting more work? Who's putting more work and is deserving of getting a motherfucking payday? So I don't care how niggas feel about talking about unifications and ducking off or whatever the fuck niggas is talking about. The fact is, Myrie Breedy has put in way more work than Lawrence Okolie. So if the nigga's talking about entertaining Canelo or he's talking about entertaining Jake Paul, let's face it, Lawrence Okolie ain't gonna sell as much as no fucking Canelo. So when I'm looking at it like that, I don't look at boxing or just on the surface, bro. You gotta tear this shit down in layers because it's more than just what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? You might want to see it as JD. There's way more shit going on in that, and niggas be wanting to get money. Period. Cruiserweight has never been a sexy motherfucking appealing division, and there ain't never been no real money rolling through cruiserweight. Can somebody really tell me that? When has the big bag ever been at cruiserweight? And let's look at the champions who have recently been there. Have them niggas been big bag warriors? So when I look at it like that, the niggas trying to get paid. Period. And I'm not trying to defend them. I'm just making a point. You stuck on that dumb shit. You can see it for what it is, but you completely dismissing the point I'm trying to make here. So I don't even know how I got stuck on whatever the fuck you feel about fucking Breedy. You feeling like he want to duck Okolie or whatever the case may be. The fact of the matter is, and even if Breedis is more skilled than Okolie, let's call a spade. Way more skilled. Okolie is way more raw than Breedy's. Now, am I saying he gonna beat him? I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that shit still got to be determined. So I'm not going to sit up here and act like Myrie Breedy is scared of fucking Lawrence Okolie. The fuck out of here, bro. The fuck is you on? Know what the fuck you so stuck on this shit for, Slim? No, you talking about what you want to talk about. You talking about what you want to talk about, interjecting what you want to interject. I'm not talking about Lauren. I'm talking about, period. I just clearly said that regardless, if Breeder's fighting Okolie, all of them need to fight. I'm talking about succession in divisions. I'm talking about a lot of shit. But when I'm sitting up here saying, when you're sitting up there saying that Myrie Breedy is ducking Lawrence Okolie, when I'm just sitting up here stating, I'm like, yo, maybe dude want a fucking payday. Is that the reason why he's calling them out, or is he ducking Lawrence Okoli for that? Because you got Canelo coming up the fucking cruiserweight to fight Ilunga Mukabu. So I'm talking about a fucking payday. And when is any, and I just simply stated, when is any real money ran through the cruiserweight division? So that's all, that was the point that I was making. You brought up how he was ducking them and all of this shit and talking about him fighting. You brought that to my attention. So I simply stated that he's probably doing it because he wants to get the bag. That's how we got here. No other way. That's it. I'm generalizing, whether it comes because cruiserweight isn't necessarily the topic at hand. I'm just generalizing. I done went from 140, I done went from 135 all the way up to cruiser. So I'm just generalizing, period. You know what I'm saying? So when you want to feel like, yo, you can feel like he's ducking him, that's cool. And I don't have any proof to motherfucking say that he is or he ain't. I'm just saying. I don't necessarily have to go with what you feel right now, like a dog. I'm just saying, like, it is what it is. The nigga probably wants some real money. Everybody wants real money. And can't nobody sit up here and tell me that Myris Breed, when the fuck has Myris Breed has ever been a skirt? So when you can identify with that practice and tell me when Breed has ever been a skirt, then you know what I'm saying, then I call a nigga a coward and say he a duck. But I ain't never known him to be no bitch like that. So I ain't gonna sit up there and put him in the motherfucking room with like he a sucker or whatever, because I know he not no sucker for real. I'm just saying, so what I'm saying is, me knowing that Breeders ain't a sucker, I know the fact that Breeders is probably trying to get a real bag right now. And if it's an opportunity there, considering that, you know what I'm saying, whatever Canelo's sitting around waiting for, he probably trying to get a bag. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I can agree with you for the fact that, yeah, like niggas should be unifying all day long. Niggas should be unifying all day long. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like motherfucking Breeders ain't been stepping on niggas, man. He been stepping on niggas. That's a fact. Breeders is way more deserving. Way more deserving. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not cross and blur lines here, bro. Let's just stick to the script. All I'm doing is lending perspective. You know what I mean? You feel like he's ducking, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the work he's put in, he probably feel like he's deserving of a bag. You know what I'm saying? Don King's hands down in Animal Kabu business, unfortunately. Yeah, that's pretty much what. Don King only got two fighters that I know of. That's what, Trevor Bryant, the WBA regular, correct me if I'm wrong, and he got and Daniel Dubois won that fight, and he got fucking Ilunga Mukabu. So you know them niggas is trying to hang on to that shit, and Don King trying to probably, you know what I'm saying, behind the joint, you know what I'm saying, once again, puppet master tactics, trying to pull, you know what I mean, pull at the strings or whatever the case may be, and everybody, they trying to get their money. Now, do I necessarily agree about, you know what I mean? Like, look, at the end of the day, this is the situation. And this goes back to once again, about Canelo going up to cruiserweight, getting the belt, dropping it or whatever. That's not going to get the money That's not going to get the money circulating or going to get, you know what I'm saying, the spotlight shined on cruiser. Or if niggas is just running the one division and hitting here and then dropping belts and moving there, that's not shining no spotlight on that. The only way the spotlight going to be shined on is if niggas, you know what I'm saying, going to really try to mix that shit up. You know what I mean? So what I was saying was Mauricio Suleiman snake ass shouldn't even be trying to get in the way of the succession of motherfucking the cruiserweight division. So it's not like I'm saying I don't want Breeders to unify with Goulamarian. I don't want Breeders to unify with fucking Okoli. I don't want Breeders to motherfucking unify with goddamn Ilunga Mukabu. I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying, that throws a wrench in all of those things happening, and it creates a level of prolonged activity where there should be some succession. That's all I'm saying, because clearly I want all of them niggas to unify. I'm not opposed to any of it, but I'm just not going to get tied up in the conversation where I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, fucking Jake fucking Paul and what the fuck Canelo doing and what the fuck Breeders want to do with fucking Jake Paul and Canelo, when it's clear and it's obvious that, you know what I'm saying, you can't just think of boxing on the surface of what motherfuckers is doing and then try to tie that shit to Lawrence when you know a nigga trying to get a bag. You know a nigga trying to get a bag. That's it. That's it. And that ain't to say that the nigga ain't gonna return to, you know what I'm saying, honoring what the fuck he been doing. Spanking shit. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Any successful cruiserweight was going to eat extra portions, so they going up to heavy. You know what I'm saying? Look, at the end of the day, bro, like cruiserweight ain't the most popular division. A lot of people don't even lend a lot of, you know what I'm saying, attention to it or whatever. So it ain't really no real money circulating around in that shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like at the end of the day, you know, people gotta do more for themselves as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like my whole conversation and my whole gripe on the shit is just, you know what I'm saying, like Mauricio know what son going to do. You know what I'm saying? And he more than happy with helping son do whatever he going to do, which is move up there, grab the belt, drop the belt, and leave. You know what I'm saying? And then wait for another nigga to come in, position himself, grab the belt. You know what I mean? And then we still going to have some prolong, whatever the case may be. I don't fucking know, man. But for real, you know what I'm saying? If that avenue ain't there for him, then shit, why ain't long? You know what I'm saying? There's still Gulamarian. Like I don't see how I got called shit any type of way. I'm telling you what niggas is doing. That don't mean that the nigga a coward. That's what I'm telling you. So at the end of the day, man, it just boils down like this, man. Like niggas gotta pay attention to what the truth really is, man. Like there's this shit is all a gaff. Like these niggas is all after filling their bags up. These dudes is all about filling their money, and then when it come to their fighters or whatever, they don't really give a fuck if they fighters is entertaining this or that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and especially now, they don't care who these dudes are entertaining as long as they line in their pockets. I ain't eating off of none of that shit, so I could care less. That shit ain't making me no money. I just want better viewership for niggas. Period. All I want is better viewership for niggas. And then once again, you know what I mean? Like it all boils down to who's where, because a lot of people aren't even going to let you have access to their fighters for real. They not going to let you have access to them. It's a lot of fluff and smoke and mirrors and shit like that. Since Usyk mentioned Canelo with cruiserweight, Canelo's plans to change. Man, Canelo won't even fight that dude, man. Canelo won't fight that dude. He said he willing to come down. The crazy thing is, you know what I'm saying, Bivol said he was willing to come down and fight him too. But see, you know what I mean? Like, look, so it's okay. And that's another point too. So Bivol wanted to fight Canelo at 168 fucking pounds. So would Bivol be ducking better be by going down to fight Canelo because he said he wanted that big money fight to get his name out there to the world? So would Bivol be ducking better be by wanting the Canelo fight? I'll wait. Because if you're going to use that logic when it comes to Okola, you got to use that logic when it comes to Bivol wanting to go to 168 or whatever the case may be. Or, you know what I'm saying, like fucking Usyk willing to go down and fight fucking Canelo at cruiser. So if we're gonna use that logic, we got to use that logic all the way across the board. We got to use that logic all the way across the board. With me, it just boils down like this. I'm not going to motherfucking just jump out the window, especially when it comes to a fighter that's known to motherfucking, a fighter that's known to bang. I'm not going to jump out the window and just call a nigga no coward. And I think that's what niggas be wanting to rush and see certain niggas do. But I ain't never done that. I've never just jumped out the window and said this person a coward or this person a duck or that person a duck without having a whole bunch of reasonable motherfucking paperwork and a whole bunch of footage to back that shit up. And if niggas is doing it, niggas already know what I'm gonna do. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not jumping out the window like that. Because he ain't, because Maurice Breedis ain't the only one that's done it. Dimitri Bivol just tried to do it. Motherfucking Alexander Usyk said he was open to do it. So let's talk about all that shit if we just gonna sit up there and just put it on Breedis, man. Breedis stands a chance, but the fight sells well in the UK. In my opinion, I think it had that Klitschko Joshua effect. What it Breedis who? It Breedis for who? Nah, Canelo wouldn't fight him because that shit, because Breeders got all of the shit that Canelo don't got, man. Breeders got all of the shit. No, I mean, Usyk got all of the shit that Canelo motherfucking don't really want to be involved with. And that's that goddamn movement, man. He don't want to be involved with none of that shit. Like for real, like man, it's just like man, look, all across the board, we just gotta acknowledge, you know what I'm saying? There are dodgy tactics based on the business of boxing, and they're just dodgy tactics based on, you know what I'm saying? We have promotional outfits that are willing to, you know what I'm saying, stonewall great matches based on the fact that we just gotta keep things a little bit in-house. We gotta keep it closed in. There's a level of control. Like everybody wanna try to control shit, you know, so you know, this person wants control over on this side, that person wants control on that side. What I genuinely look for is the person who trying to relinquish control and is willing to let their guy go and just let that motherfucker just fuck it. If he got to go over there to get it, he's got to go over there to get it. He's got to go over there to get it. Cool. We're willing to let him go over there to get it. The only person I've ever heard talking like that is Eddie. I ain't never really heard too many other guys talking like that. I've heard Eddie talk like that, but I've never heard, you know what I'm saying, Premier Boxing Champions talk like that. I've never heard, you know, Top Rank talk like that. I've seen a lot of shelving activities. Like, let's be serious here. Tank is about to die. Like somebody just held a gun to his head and just smoked that boy. He about to die. Like his career is about to die. Like for real. What can you keep giving Tank at this point that you feel as though is going to keep him relevant? And you can't sell a fucking ticket in nothing that you're doing. They're fucking going to ride. Niggas gonna die. Like, let's be honest. These dudes are gonna die. That whole PBC shit is gonna die. Like these dudes, clearly look at it for what it is right now and tell me that shit ain't a soul food dinner that you pick up in the worst motherfucker. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's like Tank Davis is like a soul food dinner, like one of the best soul food dinners that you pick up in one of the worst fucking neighborhoods. You know how like, you know, somebody making them plates on Sunday or whatever, but you got to go in that real janky neighborhood to pick that shit up. Like, yeah, that's like Tank Davis, a hell of a lot of talent, but you know what I'm saying? You sticking him in a real motherfucking, you got that nigga in a boarded up crack house. Like, let's call it what it is. Tank Davis is living in a boarded up crack house in his career, and ain't nobody trying to move him in the position to where, you know, you could really get him off. And let's be honest here, I feel like I would have enough confidence in Tank's skill set to where I'd be like, man, let him go over there and fight fucking Lomachenko, man. Let him go fight Lomachenko. I bet he'll knock him out. I would, but at this point now, it's just like I don't know how much faith I could put in that. But the old Tank, like when Tank was coming off of fighting Pedraza and all of that shit, like, yo, I would have let him have him, bro. I would have let him have him. You know what I'm saying? They got that nigga stuck in a boarded up crack house like shit, bro. Like for real, the PBC is a crack house right now, man. Like them niggas is doing $10 bag deals out front, vials all on the corner, all stepped on and shit like that. They not moving these dudes. So like, who all is over there? You got Jamel, all of these dudes, they stuck, bro, and their careers is gonna be stagnant, bro. And it's just like, yo, if they don't already got the shit there that they fucking need, like nothing is really gonna fucking happen. Like that's just what it boils down to. I don't get it. I seen an old AB interview on Fight Hype. He said he could have done more with Tank than Floyd. What do you think about Burns Promotions? Like honestly, for real, like AB had the right idea. AB just got too far. AB just got caught too much up in the moment, right? Because for real, Marcos Maidana should have never beat that man. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know what I mean, motherfuckers is gonna sweep that shit under the rug. We know Marcos Maidana was taking motherfucking pills in the corner with Alex Ariza and all of that shit. We definitely know that. But about Billions, you know what I'm saying? You see how Floyd tried to put him up under the wing, you know what I'm saying? Like a rice dinner, try to put that man up under the wing as soon as he started making his ascendance and started winning titles and stuff like that. The thing about it was Adrian Broner was already so charismatic that, you know what I'm saying, and he had such a skill set that Adrian Broner would have been he could have been a 50, you know what I'm saying, $60 million fighter, easy. He could have been $100 million fighter easy, but he just got too caught up in all of the other shit, bro. Like, and I honestly think that Adrian Broner probably could have done more for Tank because Adrian Broner possesses one thing that Floyd Mayweather doesn't have. Now, I'm not going to take anything away from Floyd. Floyd knew how to market himself, but Floyd marketed himself off infamy. If Floyd wasn't fighting a Mexican fighter, if Floyd wasn't fighting him, I guarantee you this, Floyd, great as a fighter as he is, outstanding. But I feel like to a certain extent, Floyd had to market himself a certain way to sell certain tickets where I feel like Adrian Broner, he could have been whoever he was on with his personality, he could have been exactly who he was with any fucking body that he fought. You know what I'm saying? And he could have gotten a ring with them dudes because he was actually fighting people and he could have sold out seats anywhere. So I feel like if he would have took Tank along with him, you know what I'm saying? He would have put Tank in them positions too. I feel like Tank would have been fighting dudes on the level that Adrian Broner would have been fighting dudes. So instead of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Adrian Broner would have been hand-holding like that because one thing that we can agree on, Adrian Broner like getting some money. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the perception of getting money over at the money team and shit like that. Like, it sound good, but if you look at everything that they doing, like I don't really see it though. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes, like they don't move nothing, man. They don't move nothing. And if anything, I've watched them destroy more careers than anything. Like let's just talk about it. Like for real. Like Deontay Wilder. Like, how do you stay with somebody? How do you not sue an individual? How do you not like take out some type of legal frustration on a person who gets you to turn down $120 million, bro? $120 million, bro. Like you wasn't getting no real money before that. You turned down $120 million, bro. Like when you doing shit like that, like how do you not take legal action against somebody on that level, bro? Like you turn down 120? Like y'all told that man 120 was chump change. What the fuck else was you gonna get him? What could you position on the table that was better than the offer that he got from the zone, bro? Like AB was man, look. So that's where I feel like there's a problem. Then you know what I'm saying? Then you got even AB coming out saying that Al Heyman owed him like $2 million. That he ain't paid him from the Pacquiao fight yet. And you want to know why I believe it? Because all of them boys was on stipends. They all was on stipends. So knowing them dudes was all on stipends and shit like that, and then if you just look at the trajectory of their careers right now and how they moving along, bro, it just says that, man, these dudes, man, man, look, man, Al Heyman fucked them boys over, man. Ran them boys, milked all of that shit through a motherfucking like little PBC on some PBC shit. Kept that shit in the house, milked them. Didn't want to send them boys out there because I don't think them niggas really wanted to see how much earning potential they got. People got this whole motherfucking mentality about, you know what I'm saying, my black brother, my black brother, my black brother. Well, if your black brother ain't showing you no green dollars and really putting your motherfucking really taking putting your best interests at heart, then what does that say about your so-called black brother? He just Don King 2.0, you feel me? Because I don't know, because look, if any one of y'all niggas was my fighters, right, I would never tell y'all niggas not to take $120 million. Ever in life. I would never tell a nigga not to take $120 million, especially a nigga that couldn't even sell. Yo, if you ain't filling out 20,000, you ain't filling out 15,000 and shit like that. How do you tell a nigga not to take, especially when you know you got a sick daughter and stuff like that going on? How the fuck you tell a nigga not to take $120 million for a 3-off, for a 2 and a 1-off, and the 1-off was of his choice? You don't get a deal like that in boxing today. A fucking, a nine figures, bro. Like, let's put that in perspective. A 9-figure deal, bro. Like, you don't get that in boxing today for real. Damn sure not a wiggler like Wilder. You don't get no 9 figures like that. And to tell that man to turn that down, bro, you got to be the biggest duck. Like, yo, you ain't never been about no black. You ain't never been about no black brothers. You ain't never been about niggas really eating. You been about leeching. What else does it say? What else does it say? That's why I say, like, yo, we really got to have a conversation. It's like, yo, is PBC really killing young black men? They never wanted to see these boys win, obviously. Like, you can't tell me you want to see the Charlos win. Charlo even had an opportunity to make $12 million. when the offer was on the table for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Them niggas had what? They had what? How much money they had on the table for Tank when it came to just fighting Tevin Farmer? And let's be serious, man. Tank went out there and did Tevin Farmer some type of bad, Slim. They took that up there. That was like $7 million, man. Tank getting probably like $1 million up front, and then they taking the rest of that shit off the board. Off the board. Like, come on, Slim. Like, man, this shit crazy to me, man. Niggas is goofy, man. I don't see how dudes don't see this shit, bro. Like, I can only call it how I see it, bro. And like I said, man, motherfucker, just because a nigga your skin color, it don't mean your brother. Because I got white boys is closer to me than a lot of black niggas, man. They ain't even my blood. It's about, because look, all of that shit don't mean nothing. It's about business, man. But I got to get out of here, man. I got to gamble, man. As we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing. Pay a nigga no mind. Respect to everybody. Y'all have a great day, man. Of course, we always going to be back. Got more edits coming for y'all tomorrow and shit like that. But right now, I got to gamble. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of money on DraftKings. Y'all know how that shit go. I might fire this shit up a little bit later for real. But everybody be easy, man. Salute, man.